Bom, continuando aqui a saga de upar emblemas, dessa vez vai ser um pouco diferente, mas vai ser a mesma coisa. Bom, tenho aqui o emblema que eu upei no vídeo passado, faltam 1200 minutos para upar ele para o nível 9. Esse daqui para ir para o nível 10. Faltam pouco menos que 1500 minutos. 20 horas aqui e aqui 25 horas. Bom, então eu vou ficar aqui na esteira para contar o tempo, e dessa vez eu não vou ler em japonês, eu vou ficar lendo inglês. E dessa vez vai ser mais simples porque são frases bem simples de inglês, do idioma inglês, da língua inglesa. E se ouvirem um barulho, é o ventilador ou alguém aqui de casa gritando, falando alto. Vamos. I don't want to enter the dark, broken down rooms, because I get this sick feeling in my gut. Though they did seem to get on well. It is a complete overhaul of current traffic management. Many Indian basket makers were also skilled makers of chair seats, mats, and brooms. There are a lot of spelling mistakes. Even so, it's a very good essay. To act on behalf of those who have. Se eu não soubesse o contexto, essa frase seria meio what? Then Hidesato called to the Dragon King to come out with him on the balcony. Quem conhece essa frase aí, deixe um comentário. Rolling down your tinted window. Ó, quem conhece essas frases de agora, deixe um comentário. Honey, I'm really put off by the fact that you have such poor table manners at dinner time, and you're always burping without covering your mouth, apologizing. I was craving potato chips yesterday, and when I checked my pantry, I discovered that I had run out of them. Our on-act play made it through to the semi-final round of the amateurs play. Como é que fala, Amanda? Amateurs play festival. Amateurs play festival. But then we were knocked out. I admit, the resort looks old and tired, but I chose it because they dressed it up in the brochure as a beautiful oasis of tranquility and rustic charm. You have a chance of experiencing the exhilaration of sliding on water. After after the meeting broke it, nossa, after the meeting broke up, we all went out to the pizzeria for dinner. I'd like to ask Nancy out to the cinema, but I'm afraid she'll say no. Maybe John is just trying to make amends for what he did to Susan in the past. Tô lendo mal, cara. What's happening? You'd better leave before they arrive. Deve ser porque eu tô de fone, né? Ouvindo essas músicas do Rainbow. You'd better leave before they arrive. You don't want to be here when the balloon goes up, do you? With the threat of more cuts, my position in the company is in the balance. Bom, chegar onde eu queria. My sister and I attend the same school. Agora são frases bem simples de entender. It is probable that you will get a good grade if you study for the test. The accident was very serious. One passenger was standing in the subway train. We found the perfect site for our picnic. He loves technology such as laptop computers. I rested on the couch after work. The two shoes matched. They looked the same. Mano, preciso ajeitar essa altura aqui. Ok, melhor pra mim. Opa, peraí. Só para a errada. Agora sim. They looked the same. The pitcher can throw the baseball very fast. We divided the pizza. I will likely stay at home and watch TV tonight. I ate the whole pie. We don't have any more. His primary thoughts are about money. The water was filled with large blue waves. The purpose of exercising is to get into shape. Don't lay your socks on the floor. A dead person is usually buried in the ground. Our house is worth a lot of money. The taste of the fruit was sweet. The taste of the fruit was sweet. He used all his force to try and open the door. Many people are afraid of ghosts. You can choose to be either white or black when you play chess. The man delivered Chinese food to my house. Meg told me her opinion of my story. Story? She said it was not funny. Opinion. She's proud of the picture she drew of her house. The car was damaged in the accident. The car was damaged in the accident. Como é que eu posso falar isso mais agradavelmente rápido? Um, I could sense that he was watching me. You're watching me? They were like. A field of flowers looked so pretty. The girls climbed to the top of the mountain. The two brothers stood beside each other. Side. To control the TV, just push the buttons. The chart shows how his production has lowered over the year. The door was as wide as my arms. That company publishes daily newspapers. It is not proper to throw your garbage on the road. Santa Claus proposed that I try to be a good boy all year. John has a bad personality. The doctor examined tricky. The doctor examined my eyes today. He wrote a great novel about ancient China. My boss always yells at me when I make a mistake. Nancy rushed to finish her homework. He earns his living as a chef in a great restaurant. The prince and the princess were married. I did some practice questions for the math exam on the board. I have a single key in my hand. What is a crop that is made into bread? Be careful where you step. Only one individual could win the bicycle race. My favorite musical instrument is the piano. The captain sailed his ship to Australia. Did you notice the view? Her old pants don't fit her anymore. The grass looked so soft and green. He made the wrong decision. My dad has many tools to help him fix broken things. A preacher or a priest should have a strong belief in God. A preacher or priest should have a strong belief in God. I put the pieces of wood in a pile. Many young men died in the war. She chose to live an independent life in the country. The berry looked delicious. Baga. It's good judgment to recycle your aluminum cans. The creature we saw today was either a dolphin or a porpoise. Curiosidades. Dolphin, golfinho, porpoise, boto, porpoise, sabe, boto cor de rosa, porpoise, pink porpoise. My sister had to remain home since she was sick. He wants to explore the world and see new things. They both leaned against the wall. She demonstrated her plan to her co-workers. I am certain that zebras have stripes. Zebras. Zebra? The image of her eye was very clear. Eu preciso assistir Madagascar em inglês para pegar a pronúncia. Turn off the water so you don't waste it. One method to remember things is to tie a string around your finger. Do it now. A hot iron can cause great harm if you are not careful. Firemen protect us from fires. I drew a picture of my family and my mother hung it on the wall. The contrast between my parents is very noticeable. My pattern of brushing my teeth. My pattern of brushing my teeth is the same as most people's. It is easy to tear paper. Out of all my pets, the dog is my favorite. Qual é o urso? We all celebrated when we heard the news. There were many seats available in the room. As a result of all the rain, the man had to climb on the roof. Eita, o cara perdeu a casa. Within the box, there was a pizza. My mother put a limit on how much I could use the phone. We followed a guide at the park. I took a tour of Asia and Europe. I ate a bit of chocolate before I went to bed. We have only one factory in our town. Mano, como assim? Outro cara? Aliás, ó, como assim? Caraca, esse cara tá bem. Ó, eu não consigo digitar. Eu tô apertando o teclado. Não tem como eu digitar. Isso porque eu só tô com 2 entradas USB e eu desconectei o teclado para poder conectar o microfone. Então só tá com o mouse conectado, já que eu andei no começo do vídeo. The little girl built a sandcastle on the beach. E cara, parece que a roupa dele era de HC e ele perdeu o HC e agora tá branco. Mas ele tem essas orelhas de gato de ouro. Então é meio... como é que é? Caro essa parada agora. I went on a journey across the country with my parents. Across the country. Olha só. Olha essa frase. Olha como é que a semântica é bizarra. Across the country. Bom, pra mim isso pode significar país, mas claramente aqui está se tratando de área rural, tipo, across the country, tipo, viajamos para a roça, country, enfim, né? Billions of people populate the earth. Being able to fly is a good benefit to birds. Please choose a specific place on the map. I saw a block of ice on the floor. The biggest difference between the birds is the color of their feathers. The birds is the color of their feathers. feathers. Difference. Okay. My parents bought a new flat screen TV over the weekend. The green path is a direct road to my house. Route. The green path is a direct route to my house. Peraí, mas é route ou road? Deve ser route, né? Route. Boost. Não. Road. Não dá pra pegar. The boy regarded the girl as a good friend. To regard someone or something is to think of them in a certain way. Got it? She predicted that I would get married next year. I stacked rocks on top of one another. Qual é? Dá carinho nos meus pets aí, camarada. A small amount of water dropped from the bottle. I discovered some new information in this book. She stood under her umbrella as the rain continued to fall. Continued. She released the bird from her hands. New York and Los Angeles are in two separate parts of America. When he saw his mother, the baby crawled forward to her. The kitchen is a good spot to eat meals. A courtroom should be a place of honesty. Courtroom should be a place of honesty. Courtroom should be a place of honesty. I went to the public park to play with my friends. It's far growing from the East Coast to the West Coast of America. I communicated with Paul about his new ideas. Pô, engraçado que... Sim, é engraçado. Sally imagined herself winning lots of money. There are many courses taught at the academy. What the hell? There are many courses taught at the academy that I go. I want to help save the world. How you'll do that? The detective found some clues on the sidewalk. Mano, o que é sidewalk? Na moral. Sidewalk. Só preciso pesquisar. Porque já tem um mês que eu tô tentando pegar esse significado. Não peguei ainda. Sidewalk deve ser calçada, pista. Calçada. Pavement. British English. Footpath in Australia, New Zealand and Ireland, or footway Foot, também, ó. Footpath, footway, calçada, perfeitamente entendível. Sidewalk, foi meio complicadinho de pegar. Na verdade, eu peguei de primeira, mas a dúvida ainda permanecia, né? The baby has been asleep for hours. Carrots are my favorite vegetable. The man spoke about issues that were important to the people. I'm not rich or poor, I'm average. What is this? Please check the level of the temperature. Ok, eu tô vendo que está nublado. My dad has a staff of 4 people to help him at office. At the office. At the office. My dad has a staff of 4 people to help him at the office. He hurt his arm badly playing with friends. They are still waiting in line to get tickets. A clever person can solve a puzzle easily. It is essential to have oxygen when you scuba dive. Essential. We argued about where to go for dinner. Why? He advanced up this ladder slowly. He advanced up the ladder slowly. At the conclusion of the race, the spectators cheered for the winner. Aliás, eu estou fazendo isso enquanto eu espero a corrida de Fórmula 1. Estou estudando até dar o horário da Fórmula 1. Austin, Texas. Eu a 2. USA 2. 93. Curioso. Okay. I think the internet is boring. Okay. He went to Paris to become an artist. He went to Paris to become an artist. He should go to Amsterdam. The ground under our feet was dry and brown. A thief broke into our home and took my mother's jewelry. And took my mother's jewelry. Essa palavra é chata de pronunciar. The squirrel. Nossa, vou ter que assistir alguns esquilos agora. The squirrel had extra nuts for the winter. Como é que pronuncia isso? Squirrel. Rapidinho. Squirrel. Eu vou pesquisar isso. Squirrel. The squirrel had extra nuts for the winter. Had extra. Mano, olha que zoado isso. Had extra. The squirrel had extra nuts for the winter. He likes to read fashion magazines. The children The man in the blue and red costume was a real hero. Imagine this now. The tip of his pen was very sharp. This piece of meat I'm eating tastes very good. She concealed, she concealed, she canceled the rest of her plans because of the rain. She canceled the rest of her plans because of the rain. She canceled the rest of the. What's happening? She canceled the rest of her plans because of the rain. Okay. They just built a beautiful new structure downtown. Michael and Lisa have a strong friendship with each other. Making a cake is a long process. I was happy to return home to my mom after school. The green section of the graph is the most important part. The green section of the graph is the most important part. His work got the attention of two of his co-workers. Mother feeds my baby brother every day. Her headache made her suffer all day. There are many problems, need solutions. I made an error on my report, so my boss was angry. Man was thin because he didn't eat much. I could not locate my keys in the house. The escalator is further along than I thought. You can take the stairs to the second floor. Okay. Mada Luyo. We could see the steam rise from the boiling water. The postcard had a pretty green border of pinot. Nossa, what's happening? The postcard had a pretty green border of pinot. Pinot, what? The postcard had a pretty green border of pine needles. Okay. The chief led the people through the mountains. Mike had a disadvantage in the race since he hurt his knee. Having strong lungs is necessary for a healthy life. The girl saw a spider and screamed. My brother wants to go abroad next year. My grandfather gets his hearing checked on a yearly basis. The coach praised both athletes after good practice. The problem was hard, but she remained steady and solved it. I love baseball. I feel joy when I play. We saw an old sculpture of Buddha at the museum. The rough ground hurt my feet. When the car crashed, it was a disaster. The people protested the decision of the president. The bridge. Vocês já ouviram falar de guerra cognitiva? The bridge is too narrow for a car to drive over. The fire was too small, so we added another log to it. The train moved rapidly on the tracks. My mother wanted to be a nurse in her youth. her youth. Eu tô errando a pronúncia. My mother wanted to be a nurse in her youth. The girl's skin was very pale. The police officer made a motion with his hand. My uncle possesses 3 sheep, a chicken, a cow, and a dog. Possesses. She submitted to her mother's wishes and did her homework. She submitted to her mother's wishes and did her homework. Chegou um cara no quarto, por isso que a música tinha travado. De fato é um cara. The loud noise disturbed me while I was working. The rose was pure. It had no dirt or imperfections. Pure. The boy was very polite. He behaved very thoughtfully. There is a well-known legend about a king and his queen. O cara tá no Trump. There is a well-known legend about a king and his queen. Pronunciar king como queen é triste. Swords have been used as weapons for thousands of years. I ran a marathon, and now my legs are tired. The bride looked beautiful in her wedding dress. We put the parrots in their cage at night. My relative came to see the new baby. Opa. My relatives. My relatives came to. My relatives came by to see the new baby. I have confidence that I did well on the test. The satellite was traveling around the world. Around the earth. Satellite. The landscape of the country is very green. The company dumped raw sewage into the river. Sewage. Esgoto. Raw. The company dumped raw sewage into the river. Sewage. Eu não sei como é que pronuncia isso. Sewage. Let me see. Sewage. I was right. The man loaded the box into a truck. Oscar were bringing all the boxes. The man was eager to talk about the good news. What? Oh, we saw a meteor in the sky last night. Meteor. The giraffe turned its head to see from another angle. The candles are shining in the dark room. I have to get a frame for my friend's picture. Since no one was home, the house was silent. We lost the game by a mere 2 points. My ancestors came from Germany. Oh, cara, saiu. Ancestors. Hamburger. It took many days to get to the remote island. The young couple went to see a romantic movie. Not a move. What's happening to my pronunciation, guys? The young couple went to see a romantic movie. The brave firefighter saved the girl from the burning building. Her intent is to visit Italy next summer. Her intent is to visit Italy next summer. I had to pay an hourly fee. I had to pay an hourly fee to speak with my lawyer. I was a victim of a robbery. The people visited the temple to pray. Bill and Angela congratulated each other on a job well done. I trust my friends. They don't tell my secrets to other people. I will dive into the lake once we get there. The mechanic inspected our car to see if it had any problems. To see if it had any problems. My son and I proceeded to the beach so we could go fishing. He wore boots so that his feet wouldn't get wet. Because he got his job first, Bob is the senior chef. Because he got his job first, Bob is the senior chef. The guy at the flower shop was really helpful today. My little sister did not obey my mother. Now she's in trouble. The bird used its wings to fly across the water. The young couple promised that they would love each other forever. The water in the lake was as high as my chest. Eu acho que eu tô lendo meio apressado demais, eu tô embolando tudo e tá ridículo. I am in a good mood because I did well on my math test. I was chased by an angry native. I only ate a small portion of the pizza. I was able to secure a good grade on my test after weeks of studying. Tá bizarro isso. There is a small tribe of people who live in the mountains of Spain. Isso eu não sabia. Can you do me a favor and turn off the lights? I felt a sense of terror when the tiger chased me. The monster scared everyone in the village. We learned about the human heart in biology class. Today's choices for lunch consisted of pizza, hamburger, hamburgers, hamburgers, and hot dogs. Consist. My brothers accompany me. Accompany. Eu vou ter que ver a pronúncia disso, velho. Accompanied. 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 My brothers accompanied me to the movie. I intend to finish college in 3 years. Due to the dark clouds, there was a threat of a bad storm. Susan's joke made her classmates burst into laughter. As a consequence of missing my bus, I had to find another way to work. The woman looked beautiful in her night. The woman looked beautiful with her nice dress and jewelry. When I die, I hope that I go to heaven. The castle was built many years ago. The USA was at one time a colony of Great Britain. My colleague helped me finish the job. You can take a breath underwater. What happens if you take it? My sister desires a big house and lots of money. The battle lasted for many days. My teeth are sensitive to cold things. Their whole family is buried inside the tomb. Their whole family is buried inside the tomb. I ran the race at a slower pace than my friend. The boy estimated that he was 1 meter tall. That's a short guy. It will satisfy my teacher if I finish all my homework. I wrapped his gift and put a bow on it. He went hunting with a bow and arrow. After eating a sufficient amount of food, I left the table. She twisted the spaghetti around her fork. She did not support her thesis very well. I was sick, so my mother permitted me to stay home from school. Eating good food ensures that we stay healthy. Our household is made up of my father, my mother, and me. It was hot outside, so the boy sat in the shade of a tree. She devotes 2 hours a day to playing the piano. I exchanged my foreign money for American dollars. Exchanged. I exchanged. Eu vou falar tipo X. No X. I exchanged my foreign money for American dollars. I exchanged my foreign money for American dollars. The teacher remarked on how quickly the students were learning. The performance last night was awful. Awful. The teacher consoled the girl about her troubles. Counseled. The teacher counseled the girl about her troubles. The arrow flew through the air and hit the target. It is much colder in the northern. It is much colder in northern countries than it is here. The trees looked. The trees looked. What? The trees look lovely in the fall. The gate was locked, so Bill had to find a different entrance. The plane departed for Italy at 3 o'clock this afternoon. The yard of the house was full of ugly weeds. Because of his high intelligence, he finished school early. Daegu is located in the southern part of the Korean peninsula. Southern. It angers me when people are rude. Rude. It angers me when people are rude. The wind from the hurricane bent the palm tree. The man asked for silence while he worked on the problem. I saw many new houses along the road to the city. Religion of road. I saw many new houses along the route to the city. My dad and I planted some small bushes around the house. The river is very long and broad. Algumas frases são bem mais fáceis de pronunciar, né? The flavor of the ice cream was very good. The bad news from work depressed the man. People think that witches fly around on broomsticks. My father's occupation is a dentist. I visited some interesting ruins in Greece. The graduation was an occasion to have a good time. The Olympic athlete is capable of lifting a lot of weight. Olympic. Rebecca asked her secretary to type a report. The children persuaded the parents to buy them gifts. John learns about history from factual books. John learns about history from factual books. I filled the bucket with water. The scholar knew much about art history. Scholar. The only time I see my aunts and uncles is at our annual family picnic. The woman's mission was to help sick people. I could tell from his facial features that he was angry. The farmer planted 2 fields of grain this year. John often goes overseas for vacations. A microwave oven cooks food in an instant. It took 3 of best executives all day to settle to settle to settle the problem. It took three of our best executives all day to settle the problem. Settle. To settle the problem. The girl was adopted by the couple when she was 3. I like having electronic devices such as an MP3 player. His living room only had a few simple pieces of furniture. Isso aqui é um living room? My philosophy is live and let live. My grandfather owns a small cabin in the country. My grandfather owns a small cabin in the country. Children go to elementary school before high school. Goes to middle school also, yeah. My father has a crew. They help him build houses. My father is 65 years old. He's about to retire from work. The statistics showed that we did just well. The statistics showed that we did just as well this year as last year. The girl was too shy to try out for the play. The couple decided to live apart from each other. My grandfather has invented some interesting things. Esse grandfather faz muitas coisas, né? The hero got recognition for his brave deed. The hero got recognition for his. The hero got recognition for his brave deed. He accomplished his goal of running 10 miles. He went on trial for robbing the bank. Trail. He went on trial for robbing the bank. He went on trial for robbing the bank. For robbing. The fireman who rescued the girl was extraordinary. I insist that you try some of these cookies. It is my fault that the cat ran away. I left the door open. The generous man donated several new computers to our school. My teacher makes a lot of gestures when she speaks. I got a scholarship to help me pay for university. I had to draw a map. For geography class. I am attempting to learn English. That's true, actually. Attempting. We all put money into our club's fund. To ours club fund. Club's fund. The roof was covered with snow. The destination of this plane is Munich, Germany. We still played the game despite the cold weather. Por algum motivo, ainda desconhecido, provavelmente é porque eu tô com o microfone na minha cara aqui. Eu tô lendo, forçando a leitura de cada som da palavra, em vez de ler rapidamente como eu costumo ler. É como se quando eu comecei, eu tinha o costume de ter muitas conversas internas enquanto eu jogava. Porém, quando eu começava a gravar, o assunto sumia, então os vídeos eram todos um pedaço de lixo. Enfim, de gameplay, né? Desse canal. I will reveal where I hid the candy bar. My mother got mad when I didn't listen to her. My sister is a good cook. She bakes delicious cakes. The kitten was fascinated by the ball of yarn. My grandparents are from different generation than me. My grandparents are from não, cara. Are from. My grandparents are from a different generation than me. The man converted his messy field into a garden of flowers. The teacher's desk had many papers and disorder. Children learn to read at a gradual pace. They do not learn right away. Gradual. They cheated on the test by sharing answers. Isso me lembra do primeiro ano do ensino médio, que eu cheguei a trocar prova. Trocar de prova para responder pro meu amigo. The initial step when writing a paper is to find a good topic. The man's shadow was taller than he was. He snuck into his sister's room. He snuck into his sister's room and stole her bag out of spite. We have a small greenhouse in our backyard where we grow plants. They used his fingerprint as proof for the crime he committed. Having the key enabled us to open the door. I have a good fortune when I play cards. I read many significant novels as a literature major in university. After the big fire, there was much destruction in the city. We marveled at her excellent piano playing. The king sat upon the royal throne. Since my dog was wet, he tried to snake all the water off his body. Waiter. Eu li water como waiter. Water como waiter. Since my dog was wet, he tried to shake all the water off his body. I suspect that those kids stole the money. In chemistry class, the professor taught us about chemical reactions. The thief was caught and sent to jail for 10 years. Marcy is so passive that she never solves her own problems. Nossa, as que eu tô lendo assim tá muito ruim, velho. The admission ticket to the movie was $5. They used to use swords in battles in ancient times. They used to use swords in battles in ancient times. Eu deveria ter escutado, sei lá, uns 5 minutos de inglês antes de ter começado a gravar esse vídeo. Eu digo mesmo pro vídeo de ontem. Eu deveria ter escutado, sei lá, uns 10 minutos de seiyus conversando pra não gaguejar tanto assim, né? The fisherman cast his line into the water. The football match lasted for nearly 2 hours. I want to be a police officer because I oppose crime. Rid a home of mice by using traps. Ô louco, boa ideia, hein? Mice. Rid our home of mice by using traps. The doctor had a reputation for helping people. When the volcano erupted, smoke and heat filled the air. I always bring plenty of equipment with me when I hike. He paid $1 for the candy. Isaac and his mother. There were many pretty shells on the beach. There is a huge fire in my house. This is an emergency. Que horrível. James put all of his toy soldiers into neat rows. Okay. She told her two friends. She told to her two friends about the wild tale of her day. What happened? My mom blamed me for something I didn't do. I ought to take my library books back. All the members of a matching band wear matching uniforms. Blamby, I declared my love for her. She was confident she could climb the mountain due to her training. The policeman has authority on the streets. I take pride in getting good grades. My little sister always interferes when I'm trying to study. My boss is a nice person. The main ingredients in cake are eggs, sugar, and flour. I sued the company after I slipped on a banana peel in their hallway. Engraçado seria se não tivesse câmeras de gravação e ele simplesmente botasse a casca de banana lá, escorregasse, processasse a companhia. E quantas vezes será que isso aconteceu? There are billions of stars in outer space. Billions. The chart had 6 divisions which all had different colors. She was trying to recall what she had told her friend. The doctor aided the boy after his accident. He will continue to work on the robot until he succeeds. Her company pays her a fairly good income. I like to see the dinosaur bones at the museum. When the lights went out, we lit some candles. The council met to discuss the new laws for the city. He said something stupid that made everyone angry at him. Hiring more police officers has decreased it. Crime in the city has decreased it. He resisted the treatment at the hospital. I quit running because I got tired. Draw lightly so you do not tear your paper. Steel is a common metal that is used to build buildings. No way. I guarantee that the sun will come up this morning. Nope. I guarantee that the sun will come up in the morning. Oh, really? Can't believe it. How you were able to predict that? You're an amazing guy. The army protects all the people in the country. The slave worked very hard all day long. We trapped butterflies in a net. Na verdade eu tenho uma butterfly na parede, né? Ontem por algum motivo eu esqueci como falava butterfly, velho. Quer dizer, a palavra borboleta em inglês, né? Butterfly. My dad said I did a super job cleaning the house. Thank you. Hitler's room was a complete mess. I did not want to drive in the thick fog. I followed back through the woods. I admired my brother for his hard work. He went to the edge of the cliff. The school had plenty of books for the students to read. My father usually carves the turkey for Thanksgiving. The teacher monitors the student when they take tests. Monitor. I attached the socks to the clothes line to dry. My dog looks enormous next to yours. He is usually friendly. Nevertheless, it wasn't this afternoon. Opa, peraí. He is usually friendly. Usually. Mano, não acredito que até mesmo a pronúncia de uma palavra que eu conheço há muito tempo. Usually. Eu perdi. Acabei de perder ela. Efeitos de ligar a câmera. Bom, nesse caso não é a câmera. Simplesmente gravar. Usually. Is usually friendly. Nevertheless, it wasn't this afternoon. Nevertheless, you use nevertheless to show that something goes against a fact. Okay, the medicine relieved the sick boy. I've been saving my money so I can afford to buy a new bike. He's very gentle with the baby. My school's principal can be very strict with the rules. I hope they don't resort to violence to end the argument. I hope they don't resort to violence to end the argument. I hope they don't resort to violence to end the argument. The soldiers defended the town from the invaders. I will consult my accountant to find a way to pay for my bills. Estrutura curiosa. That picture of a crying child conveys a feeling of sadness. The students cooperated to clean up the classroom. Eu acho que eu tô encaminhando pro final já. Putz, deixa eu ler quantas frases eu li. 425. Ontem eu li 224 frases em japonês. em 1h20 minutos. Hoje eu li 425. Eu vou ler mais 36 e eu vou encerrar essa parada. Sem querer sair da parada mesmo. Eu tenho que abrir aqui de novo. Quem só quer a felicidade deve sempre estar alerta como um animal caçado. Que gostoso! Quer brincar, pronto pra deitar. Boba. Boba, boba, boba. Gostoso. The skunk made an intense odor that filled the air. I saw crumbs on my dog's face, so I concluded that he ate my cookie. Oh. We will visit the capital to learn about our government. The kids struggled with each other for the toy. Carlos was born in Spain. He is a Spanish citizen. Sometimes people draw cartoons for the newspaper. They paid considerable amount of money for that car. I have not paid my gas bill. I owe a debt I have not paid my gas bill. I owe a debt to the company. I have not paid my gas bill. I owe a debt to the gas company. I owe a debt to the gas company. I have not paid my gas bill. I owe a debt to the gas company. Você já ouviu falar em guerra cognitiva? The mean man abused his dog when it barked too loudly. The machine frustrated me because I could not fix it. The machine frustrated me. Frustrate. Frustrated me. The machine frustrated me because I could not fix it. They had a funeral for the soldier who died during the war. They had a funeral for the soldier who died during the war. Funeral. He dictated his speech so his secretary could write it down. Eu sinto que a pronúncia caiu muito, cara. He dictated his speech so his secretary could write it down. I've thought of some potential problems with your idea. Most people's first impression of Dr. Gianni is that he's mean. There are many different kinds of beans to eat. I could not concentrate on my homework because the room was so loud. There is a definite connection between hard work and success. The singer was very good. She amused the crowd. Since she was a genius, she easily passed all of her school exams. The giant truck got in my way. The forecast says that it will rain all week. It felt such a delight after getting a promotion at work. It felt such a delight after getting a promotion at work. The man was put into jail because he was violent. The girl was tired. She went to her chamber for a nap. Rocks are made of different kinds of minerals. There is snow on the peaks of those mountains. Fuji-san. There was an animal exhibit at the fair. There was an animal exhibit at the fair. We looked at the valley below from the top. We looked at the valley below from the top of the mountain. I was delayed at the airport for over 2 hours. I keep my clothes on a shelf in my closet. He had fame and fortune, but he was not happy. My sister lost her pen, so I will lend her mine. My sister lost her pen. My sister lost her pen, so I will lend her mine. The United States is governed. The United States is governed from the White House. I have a small quantity of milk in my glass. Harold loved watching the stars, so he decided to study. Nossa, cara. Harold loved watching the stars, so he decided to study astronomy. So he decided to study astronomy. Harold loved watching the stars, so he decided to study astronomy. When I have to climb to high places, I am filled with anxiety. When I have to climb to high places, I'm filled with anxiety. Okay. That's enough for today. That's really enough. Really enough. Vamos ver. Deixa eu ver aqui. Anfitrião. Vixe. Não, cara. 1901. Tá. 81 minutos de novo. Ok. Até mais.